Leather Rokk here. Today I want to show you, and see Tabby Boy jump down again. I want to show you this eye makeup look. Real easy to achieve. It's got pink and purple in it, and I used the B&H Cosmetics Special Occasion palette. But this look you could use really using any matte pink blush you may have, and a very dark purple that we have here that's actually more of a plum shade than a purple, but because I use it on the outer corner, it gives a look of purple with the pink on it. And it's real easy to achieve, and let's get to it. First off, let me find something to tie my hair up with. Oh, do you like how my hair color came out? Check it out. You see it better than I can. So, I can't find my preferred thing to tie my hair back with, so I'm going to actually use a thigh-high stocking, because you can really use anything to tie your hair up, especially when it's waist length like mine is. Anything, just get it out of the eyes. Alright, now I'm going to use my trusty coconut oil. That really is great. I'm really making a concerted effort to avoid any skincare products that have mineral oil in it. So anything that has olive oil or coconut oil is one of the best bets that you can do. I also like to use the double cleansing method, where I use something as a separate makeup remover, and I love to use those cleansing cloths because they help to keep your washcloths from getting dirty. I use them because you can never get your skin too clean. I love how this, now that it's getting warmer, the stuff, the makeup remover, this coconut oil melts when it touches the skin. And now this might be a little bit, might take a little bit longer than it often does for me to take the makeup off, because I have a waterproof mascara on now, and I used a pencil for my eyeliner because I'm still having this terrible watery eye problem. I've experimented with 2 different decongestant / allergy over-the-counter preparations, and neither of them did anything about my watery eye problem. And I'm not about to spend a bunch of money playing around with different kind of antihistamines and things, because you never know which one of those pills is going to be a blood pressure raiser or might have other side effects that nobody wants. So I've just been adjusting my makeup routine to involve combinations of eyeshadows that are a little less complicated, so that they are easier to touch up when my eyes get watery. That also means that I work with a lot more of the baked eyeshadows, because they are very often applied wet, and I find that eyeshadows that I apply wet seem to be a lot easier to use when I have very watery eyes. But what I'm going to show you today does not involve those kind of eyeshadows that you wet. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that the shadows in this particular palette are probably not a good idea to wet, because I think that they might kind of damage them in the pan. Which is not to say that they cannot absolutely be used wet. I just don't think that they should. But this is the palette that we're going to use. I'm going to turn the light off for a second so that you can get a better look at it. But now I'm going to put the light on again. And I guess I'm going to be using this mirror to see it, because I have to see what I'm doing, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing too. If you notice that my foundation makeup looks a little bit darker, it's because right now I'm wearing a combination of 3 foundation makeups. Let me see if I can find both of them here for you. Okay, one of them is CoverGirl. See, it has a price sticker on it covering CoverGirl Smoothers, and I got it because it was 30% off. And I'm finally using up my Almay Smart Shade Smart Balance. It's a skin balancing makeup. It only came in like 3 or 4 shades, and it's something that's supposed to be self-adjusting to your skin color. And this is the lightest one they have, Light Pale 100, and it's still way too dark for me. But I did, and there's one other foundation that I was using up that I also, oh yeah, the BB Cream, the Sassy Chic BB Cream, that at first was almost light enough for me, but now it's started to oxidize. So, and when foundations start to oxidize, they often get darker and sometimes a little bit oranger too. So if you're really pale and have a cool toned skin, that might end up being a problem. So, and sometime later on this month, I'm going to have another empties video focusing on some empties that I am not going to be repurchasing. And it really kind of breaks my heart to come to those decisions, because there are some products that are so bad that I really had to stop using them just because they weren't working. And I kind of hate cutting my losses and admitting that I spent money on bad products. I really hate doing that. And it's really great if you can shop from companies that give you returns. Like Rite Aid is supposed to be good with that. Now, some companies you can't break the seal in order to do the return though. But what I end up doing is I end up just using it up because I hate wasting products. Okay, got my brushes in my hand. Now, occasionally I actually do use a technique that I've been seeing around, and this is one of those such times. Usually I don't normally do this, but what I did for my first step here after applying foundation on my eyelid, I'm using a pale frosty, like a metallic beige color here. And I'm actually going to use this as all over eye color, going almost to the brow bone, not quite totally up to the top because this is not quite light enough for to pass off as my quote-unquote skin color. But I am sweeping this generally all over, and you could see that it has a glowy, soft shine to it. Okay, put that down. Next, I'm going to use a brush, and all of these brushes, by the way, I got at the dollar store. So, no sense spending $40 for a brush when $1 will do. I'm next sweeping into this darker pink shade and getting it on both sides and sweeping kind of in the crease, but also letting it blend out. Now I'm not going all the way down to the lash line because I want to let some of that light color stay on the lid for definition. And it's always tricky getting both sides to match, considering how long this makeup has been on. My makeup has been on since about 12 noon today, and I've been out tinkering around in the garden and everything. Okay, this eyeshadow brush here, I'm going to dip into the purple, not as much as I dipped into this shade here. The purple, just basically tapping it. And now I'm going to go starting in the middle and just go to the outer corner. Now let me go back to this one so that they match more. Okay. Now I'm not blending at this stage. A lot of these colors, they end up blending themselves and softening up through the hours that you wear them, which makeup tends to do anyway. Now for my eyeliner, I'm using, this used to be a full length, well, full length as in so long, pencil from AVON. This I've had so long, as you can tell by how small it's gotten. I've had this since I was an AVON lady. Oh, but you know what? Before I do this, I better put a bit more foundation under my eye, because it occurred to me that last time I did one of these, I forgot to put foundation under my eye, and one side really did not match the other. And when I see things like that, mistakes I make, it drives me nuts. It really does. I mean, how am I supposed to be a decent teacher if what I'm doing is messed up? That's kind of not very logical, is it? Okay, now, with this eyeliner, I'm actually starting underneath first. And one thing I could say about this AVON eyeliner pencil, as old as it is, it still goes on creamy and smooth. I really didn't used to be much of a fan of eyeliner pencils because it's too easy for them to fade, migrate, and not stay vivid. But if you have a watery eye issue like I do, where it's hard for even so-called waterproof eyeliners to stay put, sometimes a pencil will actually stay put. Now, as you can see, I'm lining top and bottom, and I'm carrying a wing out. Okay, and I'm so glad that I have a waterproof mascara now. A good, decent waterproof mascara goes a long way when you have a watery eye issue. And this is the mascara that I've been using. I've shown you this before. It's from Wet n Wild. It set me back all of $4.99. And it wasn't something that I thought too hard about. The store was closing and I needed a waterproof mascara. And I wanted something that was relatively inexpensive. So I saw this and I grabbed it. And let me tell you something. My eyes are so runny. When I was in the garden today, I was tripping out one of my neighbors. My eyes were watering. It looked like I was crying to her, and I assured her that it was just either my sinuses or... I don't think it's an allergy, because there's really nothing that I'm allergic to. I mean, sun exposure, yes, and sun exposure, one of the things, it does not make my eyes run. It's bad for my skin and everything else, but sometimes my eyes also burn when I put my sunblock on in the morning. I put my sunblock on and then I put foundation on top of it. And you can't not touch eyeliner to your eyelids and around your eyes, because if you neglect to put your sunscreen all over your exposed skin, then you have lapse in skin protection. Now, I know there are more expensive sunblocks that you can buy that are made specifically not to burn the eyes, but if you want to spend 40 or 50 or 60 bucks on a 2-ounce bottle of sunblock, that's on you. It's not in my budget. Now, the only real criticism I have about this mascara is I can't say that it really is a standout for my lower lashes. And you know what? There are some times when I don't even bother putting mascara on my lower lashes because they're so short that you can't see them beyond my eyeliner anyway. So, and it's not like I'm trying to create something that we know damn well isn't really there. That's just false advertising. And like I always say, that's why I don't bother with false lashes, because when I see them being worn, whether it be in makeup tutorials or whether it be from entertainers or even the occasional person in a club, right away it comes across as extremely phony to me. And maybe that sounds disingenuous coming from me, considering the extreme bright makeup and stuff that I wear, but I don't find that to be nearly as artificial looking as 3 inches of fake eyelashes. I mean, to me, that's like the 4-inch scoops that people glue on their fingernails, and maybe that's part of it, is because of the resentment that I felt all those years that I grew my nails real long and these people had these fakes. And you're thinking, how do they even function? How do you do your basic sanitary practices when you've got these huge scoops on your hands? Well, if you have big, huge fake eyelashes, I mean, to me, that's just misrepresentation. But what do you think of this? Do you like it? I like it. But now let's see why one eye isn't totally matching the other, because that's really, you know what, here's a quick fix to that. Go back with the brush that had this lighter frosty shade, and when you see, okay, this one's frosty here, all you have to do is add this back just so both sides match. So if you find it throughout the day, because you did something that was asymmetrical, just go back and correct the side. Okay. How is it? Alright, well, oh, I forgot to tell you what I use for my lipstick and my eyebrows. Also, I did a few other things a little bit different. I skipped contour this time. I used solid purple blusher that's from HIP, High Intensity Pigments by L'Oreal. The color is Elated, and I absolutely love this color. This is, if you love purple, this is the color for you. And I'm not going to reapply it because I already have it on, but this is what it looks like on the finger. And I've had this about 5-6 years. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm so glad I got it on sale. I'm continuing to use the same eyebrow color that I have been using, even though I just redid my hair. And a lot of times when I redo my hair, I end up adjusting the eyebrow color I'm using, because I'm trying to always make sure that my eyebrows match my hair. But you know what? This still seems to work, so there's no reason for me to not keep on using it until, and this is running out. I'll probably be good for another month or two. Now, I still used a highlighter, and I have been using the B&H Blacklight Highlight Palette, which should be right here. Oh, here it is. And this time, I used the, oh, I didn't even put it on yet. Okay. Using this blue one here. No particular reason except since I'm wearing a navy dress. Now, some people, when they do their highlight, they do the tip of the nose. I don't bother doing that because my nose isn't totally straight, and I think it's more flattering not to have a glowing bulb hitting people like a white Rudolph, you know. I know that you're not supposed to use a big blush brush for this. It just happens to be what I have handy. I dropped the usual brush on the floor, and so I'm washing it right now, and it's not going to be dry until tomorrow. So, and I'm sure not going to use a dirty brush and contaminate my stuff just to show you a technique. That would be logical. This lipstick I'm absolutely crazy about. It's from B&H Cosmetics, the Cream Luxe lipstick. And you know I can't read the label in here, but it's whatever color they say that might be close to purple, because there's no way. The only way I could read this label would be if I took it off and put it against a white background. And I'm not doing that. Don't feel like doing that. So as a result, I can't tell you exactly what the name of the color is. Maybe I'll put it in the description for this when I put in all the information. Okay, do you like it? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to, please do subscribe. I'd love to have you join my family. Hit the bell notification and you know when I make my next upload. And I would love to have you know when I put these videos out. Hopefully you'll find them entertaining. And till I do it again, talk to you soon. Bye.